Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I will be explaining you about how we can use the sentence transformer for finding the similar kind of queries. So for the before initiating this process, I would like to tell you about the sentence transformer and the torch packages. These are the two libraries that you must have installed in your local system. If you have not already installed, use this command pip install torch, and for the installation of sentence transformer use pip install sentence transformer. By using these two commands, you will be able to install these two packages in your systems, and then run this command, import this command in your local in your Jupyter notebook. So run this command, and once after running this command, initialize the model of the sentence transformer that you are willing to use for a particular application, because the sentence transformer having multiple, and there are many methods, models are pre-trained models are available. That list you can find on the sentence transformer Hugging Face library. So these are the models that you can use for your particular kind of applications. So use according to your applications. So I'm using here all mini LM L6 V2 version. So this is actually the model name. It is having all the, it is already pre-trained model, so it's trained on the Wikipedia and Google, and there are many articles on which this model has been trained. So it will be working perfectly fine for your application for sentence matching and sentence kind of queries. So use accordingly. So this is the we will initialize the sentence transformer here. So that we call it that we can call as a model. So sentence transformer, write sentence transformer, and then specify the name of that model. And once we run this code, it will upload the if you are doing it first, if you are doing it as a first time, so it will take a time, because the this process will take a download of approximate 1 GB of the data to your local system, because I have already made the download earlier, so it will not be taking that much time. It will initialize in a few seconds or few minutes. So you can see the model has been initialized in our local Jupyter. So this is the actual database corrupts that we call that we have, in which in which we will try to identify the looking queries among these data. So corrupts is having this 9 sentence that you can check here. It's a 9 sentence, so we call it as a database. And the next is, because this you can see these all are the sentence, so we cannot directly apply, so we need to convert these sentences into the embedded and vectorized format. For that purpose we use the command model dot encode, model that we have initialized here. So we are using that model dot encode, and the corrupts is actually the database that you have. So it's a complete database, so we are specifying that corrupts, and convert to the true tensor true. If you are it's these two are the optional, but if you are keeping it as a true, so it will the return vector will be in the it will be a tensor torch vector, tensor vector. So, and the show progress bar true is actually how, because the this is very small database, 9 sentences, but in case of the database is very huge, like 1 million of the data and 2 million of the data. You are converting those for the embedding, you are converting those as a embedding and encoding those sentences into the vectorized format. It will be taking longer time, so that's why it's better to specify the show progress bar true, because it will show you how much percent of the data has been already converted and how much has been left. So all the chorus embedding will be coming to this chorus embedding variable. So we can check out the chorus. Okay, chorus is not defined. Okay, we will run this part of the code. So we will first define the chorus, and then we will come to this corrupts. Now it is showing that one batches, and out of one, 0 has been completed. Now it is completed. So corrupts, now we have the corrupts embedding here. So we can check out by running this command. So we can you can see it's a that we have passed a sentence kind of vector that was having a sentence, and now we have got the corrupts embedding. It's a vectorized format. It's a vector which is representing the number of each sentences. So once we check the shape, we will come to know how many data is there. And so we as we were having only 9 sentences, so we can see 9 rows are there and 384 columns. So it means that each particular sentence is being converted into the 384 elements, and in vectorized 384 in vector format, which is having the 384 elements. So now we are coming to the queries. So we have a set of the queries, but for the demonstration purpose, I will not be explaining all. I will be taking a one. So queryth elements means from this queries list, we are taking only the first one, that as a query, and we will run this part of the code. First we will define the queries, and then we will come to the query part. So this one particular, we are taking this one. So a man is eating pasta is actually we are looking for the queries. So first we will perform the queries operation using this one, and then we will come to the we will go for the all queries, and we will check out the results. And because the a man is eating is the first we need to convert these as a encoded part that we have previously done in the database encoding, that was a corrupts encoding. So we are doing it again for the query part. So model dot encode query and convert answer true. So because in previous also we had this part as a true, so in this also we are keeping as as a true, because if you are not keeping as a true, it will be by default it is a false alarm. So it will be giving you as a vector in the numpy kind of array, so it will not be torch anymore. So that's why you use the format that you are using for the database as well as for the query. So query embeddings are like this. So here you can see the query embeddings is a kind of a vectorized format. It's a vector, it's a array, and it is representing the number that's equivalent to the encoding of this sentences. So we can check the shape as well. So it would be coming, because we have only one sentence, so it would be coming 384 elements. So next we will be finding from these elements, we will try to find the quotient similarity. Quotient similarity is actually used to compare two vectors. So now we have a vector that is called as a query embedding vectors, and that we have a database vector that we call as a corrupts embedding vector. So now we will be try to find out the similarity of this query embedding vector among the corrupts embedding vector. So for that purpose, we will be using the cost. We will be calculating the cost score, and that's a method is being called as a cosine similarity. So util is a library and method that we can use that we have in the sentence transformer. So PyTorch cost sim is actually it is a function to calculate the cost similarity. Now we are defining the among which a variable we want to calculate. So query embedding and the corrupts embedding. So once we will we will run this part of the code, so we will get a tensor which is having a cosine score. It is actually a cosine score. So 0.7035 is actually a cosine score. So this all representing and calculated is a cosine score, and it would be actually the number of sentences that we have in the database. Like corrupts in embedding, we were having the 9 database, so that would be coming to the 9, because this one particular query embedding would be calculating the cosine similarity for among the all 9 vectors. So we will be getting in a 9 elements of the cosine similarity. So because we are not interested in all the elements, so we will be picking only those variables which is having a higher values. So that's why we are defining that top k, only 5 top cosine score variable we will be taking. So from all length of the scores, from all the corrupts data, we are taking only 5 minimum, so that we are defining here. And then torch top k cosine score, we have calculated the cosine scores here, and k top is actually how many elements that you are, how many top elements you are waiting for. So that once we will run this part of the code, we will get this kind of array. Here we have got the detail of the cosine scores as well as their indexes. Like 0.0735 is the cosine similarity of the sentence that we had given, and this is similar to the sentence in the corrupts which is having the 0 index, and then 0.05.5272 it is a cosine similarity value, and it is similar to the element of the first index element in the corrupts. So similarly we are the cosine scores is also decreases, and we can see the indexes as well. So here we have found the indexes and the cosine scores. So while running this part of the code, we will get the information about the scores as well as the their indexes. So we will come to we will get the scores, and according to their uh, their indexes and the sentences. So we will run this part of the code. We will get the detail. A man is eating the food, and its score is 0.705, and you can check out because the zero index was there, so you can check out the this would be the first element of the corpus. See, a man is eating food is the first element because it's a zeroth index, so it would be the first element. So similarly, this I have shown you for the for one query. So similarly, what we can do is actually we can keep a for loop so that we can do all the process together, and we will query and their corresponding five top match elements we can find out. So that we are doing it here. So we are already defined, but doing it again for the simplicity of your understanding. So here is the queries. We are keeping queries, and we are taking one query one by one, and then performing the query embeddings and all the process that we had explained in the we had done in the previous. We are doing it in the for loop process, so that we can calculate all the queries at a time without repeating it again and again. So once I will run this part of the code, we will get the information about the. Okay, there are some embedder is the some error we are getting. I don't know. Embedder. Okay, actually, I named it as a model, so that's why we need to convert it as a model. So we are getting the. Now we can see query. A man is eating pasta. So top five match is actually a man is eating food. A man is eating a piece of the bread. A man is riding a horse, and their matching score is also they are corresponding to their sentences. So similarly for the second element, similarly for the third element. So similarly we can perform the similar kind of experiments for the semantic similarity sentence using sentence transformer. The same we can do in the Excel format. If you have liked this video and if you understood something from this video, hit like to the this video and share with your friends. And I will be trying to do it for the next purpose using the GPU as well. So I will show you how can we use the sentence transformer using the GPU as well. So okay, thank you for watching.